on. Let's try a few more. College costs, 1986. This is real world. This is when I graduated from high school and started college at St. Olaf College in Northfield. Really enjoyed it there. It was what I felt, what everybody there felt like it was expensive at $9,700 per year. And it's pretty cheap nowadays, but that's what it was then. And you expect prices to go up by like 3% a year for inflation. Okay, lately it hasn't even been that high, but let's say it's an average of 3% a year. If St. Olaf had gone up at 3%, please set up your calculator to show what it should be in the year 2010. And this is normal. It's okay for it to have gone up this much, but let me tell you, it didn't. It went up way faster than that. Because, did you get like 19,000-ish? 19,000 what? Okay, that's how much per year it is now. And again, you really couldn't complain about that. Yeah, it went up, but so did everything. Wages went up, price of cars went up, everything goes up. And I'm not complaining about that. But you know how much the actual cost of St. Olaf is? It's over $40,000 a year. Why isn't it like about 20? Well, because the costs of education, and not just St. Olaf, all the other colleges did it too. They raised their rates about 6% per year. If you try changing just one little number in your formula and change that 3% to a 6%, then you'll see it's in this neighborhood. Okay, and the costs of college have gone up at about twice the rate of inflation. Now, why? I don't know. That's a question for somebody smarter than me. I don't know why they're raising their costs that much, but that's a long period of time, and it just keeps going up and up and up. And then, of course, they would say that, well, we give more financial aid now and blah, 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 but it should only be 20 grand if it had stayed at a normal pace, but it didn't. It's 40 grand about. In fact, it's more than that. But anyway. All right. We're going to be doing that little college project with you. It's pretty simple. You're just going to look up what college you might want to go to. If you don't know, just pick one. And then figure out how much it costs now. Figure out how much it's going to cost when you get there in 2013. And then see how much it's going to cost to add that times 4. And like see if it goes up 6% a year like this. Okay. So we'll see how much the grand total is for college. Now, you realize you probably aren't going to have to pay that all yourself. Mom and Dad are likely to help you a little bit, or the government might help you, or the college might help you with a grant. But it's just valuable for you to know how much it's going to be. All right. Next is the part where we get on to our homework. This is the first homework question. And I just want to talk it through with you so when you get it, you'll just slide into it nice and easy. So while I'm handing these out, what is the first term in the sequence? 20. Because they decided to start with U sub 1. Can they do that? Could they have started with U sub 0? Yeah. Could they have started with U sub 1998? Sure. They can start with whatever they want. But the first term is 20. Is it arithmetic or geometric? Geometric, because why? Multiplying. List the first 3 terms. 20 and then 160, and then the next one you might want to use a calculator for, especially because they're going to ask you what the 25th term is, and you definitely want the calculator for that. Now, if they start with U sub 1, is the 25th term U sub 25? Yes, it is. When you're asked to find like the 25th term, then it's a good idea to start with U sub 1. Because if you'd have started with U sub 0, it'd be more complicated. You'd have to like subtract 1 or add 1, and that gets confusing. All right, next question is the domain thing. It says n is greater than or equal to 2. What if they would have started with 1998? The domain would say n is greater than or equal to what? 1999. It's always 1 bigger than that, because what it's saying is that domain is trying to tell you that it won't work for the first term. It'll only work for the one after this, which is that. It'll only work for the second term or later than that. All right, and this is that kind where I bet you half of you would still say that it's an 800% increase. It's not. What is it? 700, because you could write this as 1 plus 7, and you'd be able to see it easier. The 100% just brings back the original number. It's no increase at all. And that makes it bigger, 700% bigger. Okay, that's the end of the lesson. lesson for today. You got a lot of homework time